How's it going, you guys? So I just wanted to kind of touch on this topic of bilirubin. Okay, a lot of people might not know what the hell that is. Um, so a couple of days ago, I went to the emergency room because I was feeling like really like lightheaded and lethargic, and I just felt like something was wrong. And I have insurance that'll pay for it, so why not, right? So I go to the emergency room, and I get blood tests done, and the doctor came back and just said everything's good. He said that I have extraordinarily high levels of bilirubin in my blood, but he says that that's not a cause for concern. He says it's meaningless. He says it's a genetic disease. I forgot what he said exactly, what it was called, but it basically just means I have like some gene that basically prevents the breakdown of bilirubin in the blood, or prevents the excretion of bilirubin, or the conversion of bilirubin to bile, and not to worry about it, blah blah blah. Well, anyway, me being the scientific minded person that I am, wanting to know the truth about everything, wanting to know the cause and the solution to things, and wanting to know how things work, I had to research it. So I researched it extensively, and what I found is that so bilirubin, it's a byproduct of the breakdown of red blood cells and hemoglobin. And essentially, what bilirubin is a precursor to bile, and it has to do with the liver. And supposedly, if people have high levels of bilirubin in the blood, that means that their liver is for some reason not processing bilirubin as effectively as it's supposed to. That's what they say. But what I found is people who don't eat enough calories. So, for example, I'm an athlete and I'm exercising vigorously, and I had actually just gotten done with the hard workout, and I did eat. I ate a pretty balanced meal. Like 2 cans of sardines, like a whole bag of rice cakes, and then a glass of orange juice. And that was actually quite a while ago. It was a week ago. But I had eaten that about 2 hours before the blood test. And that was about 30 minutes after my workout. I ate that because I felt like crap and I felt like I had low blood sugar. So I ate that, and I still felt pretty lethargic, right? And so, from what I've seen, bilirubin becomes abnormally high when people are fasting, and when people have anorexia, or they're just not eating, or if people are on a calorie deficit and they're not eating enough calories to maintain their body weight or to keep up with their body's caloric demands. And so bilirubin is basically a sign that you need to eat more. It's basically what I found. Now, the other cause of high bilirubin is a high-fat diet. It's been pretty directly shown to be correlated with that. Like, people, time and time again, when they test subjects with a high-fat diet, they all have high bilirubin levels. So these are the main things that I found. But another thing could just be digestive insufficiency. Like if you have, especially if you have your gallbladder removed, or problems with these things. If you have hepatitis, this could actually just be some type of liver problem. It could also be a lack of digestive fluids, especially if you're on medications. This is usually going to cause most people's levels to be pretty high. So there's quite a few causes, but the main one is fasting, not eating enough calories, and a high-fat diet. Is this a cause for concern? Not necessarily. It's just a blood marker that, in combination with other blood markers and other issues, other risk factors, other patterns, it can point you in the direction of what might be going wrong with your body, or what's going on in your body, essentially. So, That's I'm trying to keep it as basic and easy and in layman's terms as possible for most people. So yeah, I mean, there's other things that I could touch on about this, but that's the main one. So if you're wondering what the fuck bilirubin is, or bilirubin, how do you say it? Bilirubin, that's what it's all about. Leave your questions, comments down below. Let me know what you think, and if you know anything else that I don't know about bilirubin, let me know in the comments. Thanks.